Hi guys, so today we are back having a look at Yoworld on HTML5. It's been a while since I've done a Yoworld video, but I did want to get on just to document the changes and how it looks for me in particular, because I know each person has a different experience when it comes to HTML5. I do actually still play Yoworld. I don't play it that often, but I do get on from time to time just to check out, what's going on, get a Yocash deal and things. And they migrated me about 3 weeks ago to HTML5. I've noticed a few issues, which we will point out today. However, I have to give respect to BVG because, in all honesty, I think they've absolutely smashed it with the HTML5 conversion. I was expecting to lose so many items. I was expecting it to look completely different and be really, really bad, and it's actually fairly decent, minus the bugs, which I think over time they will fix. Bear in mind, this is like a quick transition. The first biggest problem is probably the lag side of things. I wanted you guys to focus on the screen, how long it takes for me to get into each of these pop-ups and how long it takes for these pop-ups to hide. So if we just grab the coins for a second and collect that, it's fairly smooth, but there is like a bit of a delay to what I was recently getting before the HTML5 transition. And you'll notice it kind of almost freezes as we open these up. Once it's open, it's not too bad at having a look at things. But the one big thing I noticed is when I run it, so I'm running the application, the app that you can download, not through Facebook browser, it takes up a lot of CPU usage and my computer gets crazy, like high volume, like high usage compared to what it used to be. So I'm hoping they fix that because it kind of puts me off playing the game a little bit. Oh, this has a funky. But I'm just going to sort of do my general day-to-day stuff that I do to show you guys the differences. So we can get through all the banners, we can claim, we'll grab that. The other thing I wanted to show was my in-game graphics. It's not that bad. A lot of people were telling me it was like really blurry, it was horrible graphics, oh, you don't want to move to HTML5 because your character looks ugly. I think she looks hot. I think the graphics are beautiful in my opinion. When you go to click anything, you'll notice before HTML5 these look a little bit different. It did take a little bit of use getting to that, but now it's fine. And I think like the graphics, in my opinion, they look amazing, and that's where I have so much respect for BVG on that transition. Haven't lost any items. I've still got all my items, which is really good. If I go to change my character's outfit, it does take a bit of time to load. Downside to the whole situation, you'll notice, like, look at this, and like the whole thing just freezes up a little bit. I do have like 800 pages of items though, so I am a hoarder. But once you're in, I mean, once they're loaded, it's fine, but it's just getting them to load in is the problem. But everything is great. You can still enlarge, you can like spin them around, all of that functionality is there. You can still download, which is great. The problem that I noticed is when you're typing, okay, I used to, because I'm on Mac, CMD and A would highlight the whole thing. So if I was to type that into Google, CMD A would highlight the whole thing. You have to press the control button, which is next to the FN key on my MacBook. So you click control and A and it will highlight it. Control and C will copy it. And then when you delete, control V will paste it, because I know there is that limit of 100 million bells for a trade. If you're buying an item over that, how do you do it? That is how you have to do it. You have to click the control A, which is a little bit odd for Mac users. Window users, that's what you would normally do, but for Mac it's a bit like, what? A few other things to point out. BVG have confirmed that they are aware of this. There's no servers on the sidebar. They used to tell you all the different servers and how many players was on each server. When you go to click on anything, it used to pop up on the bottom where you could pick a server and then click to visit it. You can't get to anywhere on the map. The only way is to leave your apartment and then go the old-fashioned route through the arrows and around that way. I always use the factory, and I always used to, before even HTML5 migration, this is how I would get the factory, and it seems to still work absolutely fine, which I'm so happy about. However, poor old Bob has lost his whole body in the migration. I occasionally do see him come back. I don't know if he's going to show up today or not. Sometimes when I go to work and I collect the coins, he does reappear, but obviously not today. But you guys can see it's still running really fast. Now there is a problem. When you click to go full screen, it just goes like, what the heck is going on? Like, we're not even zoomed in. And yeah, it doesn't work. It is messy. So let's jump out of there. And once you escape, you'll notice the sidebar goes crazy. And I'm like, whoa. Other than that, the events are still there. They all look the same. It's a little bit of a different font and feel, but they're all there. They all work the same. One thing I did notice is the game is really bad in a room with 10 or more people. So this event just has 10 people. There's not actually that many events today, is there? So I'll join that just to show you guys how it loads in. But mainly for like closed auctions or open auctions, it lags really bad. I mean, this event alone has 10 people in it, and you guys can see the delay we're getting for it to load us in right now. And that's just for 10 people. And I mean, my PC that I'm using is decent spec, so we didn't have this issue beforehand. But other than that, that's pretty much the HTML5 migration. It's also worth pointing out the auction house still works exactly the same. You can still bid, you can still do all of that stuff. I think it's quite useful. I don't know if this was happening before or whether this was part of the HTML5 migration. I never noticed it, but you do now get that comma, which might help people if they overbid. And it has saved me quite a few times because I nearly overbid on something. I was like, whoa, you know, instead of 1 million coins, you're gonna bid 10 million. I was like, whoa. But other than that, everything, you know, the photo frames, they all work. You can customize what you want in your photo frames still. Buddy list still works fine. This is another issue, actually. You'll notice when I hover over it, it stays grey for some reason. That hurts my OCD a little bit, but other than that, it's fine. And I haven't really got anything else to add. You know, edit the room, all still the same, all working the same. No issues there. So my overall feedback is a huge applaud to BVG for the migration. Huge applaud for the fact that we've kept everything. We haven't lost any items. Everything functionality wise is pretty much on par. There's a few little hiccups which I'm sure given time they will fix along the way. But I wanted to get on just to show you guys the HTML5 transfer that I've had, and just drop a comment and let me know if you've had the same experience, or is your HTML5 transfer completely different to what mine looks like. I would be interested to know that. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much the video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit a like button on this video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.